Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can use photography in your broadcasts. Now, most of you have probably gone to Google Images and saved an image from there before, but technically speaking, that is not legal for broadcasts that we're going to put out into the world. Now, again, if you are just talking about a broadcast that you're showing for my class, you don't need to worry about this too much. But if you are going to put videos up on YouTube or other public places, then this is something you need to know about. Photos are protected by copyright, just like music that we talked about earlier and video, which we'll be talking about soon. You cannot just take any image that you find on the internet. We have to be mindful of people's ownership of those images. So there are three ways that we can add photos into our broadcasts without having to be too concerned about copyright laws. So the three simplest ways are to take the photo yourself, to use stock media, or to use Google Images, but with the right filter. So I'm going to talk about each of those methods and show you a little bit about how to do that. So number one, taking the photo yourself. The pros of taking the photo yourself. It gives you the most control over the photo and what it looks like. Obviously, you have the camera. You're the one who is in control of what the photo ends up being. You don't have to hope for someone taking a picture and sharing it. You can go out and get the picture yourself. So whatever you need, you can go take that photo in theory. Cons: high quality cameras can be expensive. It can be an expensive thing to get good photography equipment. And if you don't have a nice camera, it can be hard to get good results. Also, you actually have to be there to take the photo, which is not always a practical thing. If you're talking about something that's on the other side of the world, chances are it's going to be pretty difficult to get that photo. Your second option is using stock media. Now, we use WeVideo in this class a lot, and it is a great option for us because it is a quick and easy way to add photos, and there's no need for attribution. And if you might remember, the attribution is giving credit to the people that took the photo. With stock media, we don't need to do that. We can just take the photo and use it. It's already been licensed and taken care of through that stock media company, so we can just take the photo, like I said, and put it into our broadcast. The cons is that we have a limited library of photos to choose from, and most stock media is not free. And in most cases, you will have to pay for it. Even WeVideo, which is free for you to use right now because you are a student, and if you were to use it on a personal account, it would require a subscription. You would need to pay in order to access that stock media library through WeVideo. So on WeVideo right now, you can see there's images right over here on the left. Now, when you are on the student view, you would just need to click on Add Media, and then there's going to be a stock media section, and there will be images on there. Either way, it's pretty simple to figure it out. And then you have your different image options, and when you find something that you like, you can just drag and drop right down into the video. You can also adjust how long that picture is on the screen by clicking and pulling it, and it will tell you with the little white numbers you can see there right above where I'm pulling how long that picture is on the screen. So right now this would be 19.15 seconds if I was to hold that right there. Okay, so that is option two, using stock media. And then finally, our third and final option, Google Images, but with the right filter. The best pro of this is that it gives you a huge selection of photos, probably the biggest selection of photos to choose from. It will also give you access to photos that you wouldn't be able to find in stock media sections or wouldn't normally be able to take yourself. So the first example that comes to mind is events and celebrities. If you're trying to find a specific person, a picture of, say, like Jay-Z or something like that, you're not going to find a picture of Jay-Z in a stock media library, but you would probably be able to find it in Google Images, even with this filter that I'm about to show you. However, cons: attribution rights can be complicated. We need to sometimes give credit to people. Sometimes we need to put something in the credits of our video or shout them out or maybe put a link in the description. There's different things that we might need to do depending on the license through this picture, which you can find more information. Again, I'll show you in just a second, but it can get complicated at times. And also there are variations in the image size and format, meaning that we don't always know that these images are going to be particularly high size or high quality. They might be in a strange format that might not be very accessible to us. So we might run into other issues in terms of trying to take that image and put it into our context. Can be tricky at times. All right, so now without any further ado, if you are on a Google image search, which you can get to by clicking on images on a blank Google tab, let's say I am, well, I'll go back to my example of Jay-Z. So Jay-Z was just in the Super Bowl halftime show, which happened last night. So you see some pictures of him that are pretty current. However, a lot of these pictures are going to be copyrighted, taken by professional photographers who are paid for their work. And so we can't just take that without their permission. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to click on Tools. We're going to go to Usage Rights right here, and we're going to click on Creative Commons Licenses. So now we get a selection of photos of Jay-Z that we are allowed to use in our broadcast. You can see that in the corner here, when you hover over them, they say licensable. So let's say I want to use this photo of Jay-Z for my report on Jay-Z or whatever it is I'm doing. So I can see the picture, the size right here, and then importantly, I can also see license details. So if I click on that, it will tell me how I am allowed to use this photo. Now there are different types of licenses. So you have, like I said, you have to be mindful of this when you use it. They will tell you, if you click on it, you are free to share and redistribute the material in any medium or format under the following terms. Attribution, you must give appropriate credit, provide a link to the license, and indicate if any changes were made. So if I were going to put this into my video, I would need to include something in the credits, maybe at the end that would say photos taken from Wikimedia Commons, and provide a link to my viewers so that they could go find that picture if they wanted to. All right, so those are 3 options. Like I said, all of them are useful. You would probably want to use them in combination, right? There are times where you might need to take the photo yourself. There are times where you can go in and use the stock media library. And then there are times where Google Images is going to be a very valuable tool for finding certain pictures that you would not otherwise be able to access. All right, so that wraps up this video. Hope this is helpful, and good luck hunting the pictures to fill out your videos.